So we come back to a session of the Wynn 2040 mix. First hand we played is in the game of Badugi, looking down at a convertible king in early position. We decide to open and middle position call, so does big blind. Big blind draws one, we stay pat, and the other guy also draws one. We put out a bet after first draw. Down the second draw, they both drew one again. We put out the bet, and on the river they both drew one and a brick. We check back and take down our first pot of the session.
RJW Mark L Triple G and Rosen. 16. Spelled your name. 16 on the rail.
The second hand, again, Baduki, we define the big blind versus cutoff open.
Check.
We draw 3, drawing to the ace of spade. And we whiff the first draw completely unimproved. So check fold. Now, in this next hand, the game is again Baduki. We open the button with a convertible king. Big blind defense. They draw 2, we stay pat. And they check fold to our C bet. Okay, now this next hand is in the game of double board Omaha. 2 boards high. We look down at ace, king, king, 7, 6, double suited diamonds and clubs in the big blind. Cutoff opens, button flats, small blind defense, and so do I. We come to a flop of Jack 5, 4 and ace, Jack 3. We flop an open pair on the first board and ace king on the second board. The original aggressor c-bets and everybody calls. Now on the turn, the first board completes the flush, also pairs the board coming full of hearts, and the second board comes a brick deuce. Everybody checks. And now on the river, the first board is a 6. Second board is a deuce of spade.
Sorry.
Completing the spade flush on the second board. We check, and then the original bets the original raiser bets, and the button quickly calls. Since it's checked around on the turn, we don't put anybody on the heart flush, and we do block 7 for the 8 high straight on the first board, and there were a bunch of deuces and 3s also out, so we thought that our kings may be good for the first board for half the pot. We tank for a little while and put in the crying call, hoping to see 2 spade flushes, but it turns out that the original raiser does have the king high flush, while the button actually has 10 high hearts, so we get scooped.
Hearts. Oh, I'm confused.
In both boards on this hand.
On the left.
Okay, now this next game is deuce to 7 triple draw. We open the button and gets 3 bet by the small blind. We decide to put in the 4 bet with a 1 card 7 draw. Small blind draws 3. We draw 1. They check, we bet, and we get check raised after the first draw. Now we think for a little while and decide to put in just a flat call, because he likely has a wheel draw, if not already a pad 7 or a pad 8. Now we both draw 1. He bets. We pair our 7 and decide to put in a bluff raise here, hoping he doesn't stay pad on his 9 or 10.
Nice.
Now the small blind calls and draws 1 again.
1-1.
We obviously break our pair. And small blind quickly fires the river.
49.
And we bluff catch with our deuces. It gets shown the bad news. The small blind had an 86. Drawing 1-1 going into the river. Bluff catching with pair of deuces is fairly standard, and we did think about turning into a bluff, but we decided to just put in the flat, and we lose this header pot. Okay, now this next game is ace 2-5 triple draw under the gun raises. We defend big blind with ace deuce.
3. 1.
We draw 3, they draw 1, and we catch 5, 6, 7.
I check dark.
Decide to check raise the flop,
He has to get his way.
and we get 3 bet on the flop. We make the call and decide to break our bad 7.
1 pass.
We catch one of the best cards for us, a 4. We think about either check raising than value bet the river here, but instead we decide to just put in a flat call. Then we pat the third draw, and we put out the lead for a value bet, and gets paid off. Slightly unconventional line, but I do believe this is the best way to play this hand. This next hand is in a game of regular steady, just 2 down cards. We limp in early position, and the ace of spade completes. We put in a call, and we catch a complete brick on the 4th street and decide to check fold. In regular steady, it's completely fine to play 3 suited semi-babies, unlike super steady.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay, on to the next hand. The game is draw mahal, and we have an early position limper. We look down at 3-8s, decide to 2-bet. Now the button 3 bets.
Ryan's the brain.
Oh, he's his own brain.
An early position, and I both call.
No, because this question, if anyone else is the brain, is they might feel uncomfortable giving their real
No, no one's gonna care.
We go to a flop of King Jack 9, no hearts.
Does it have to be at the poker table?
So currently with our hand we have no backdoor flush draw, and it's really hard for us to win the board. We check to the button. Button bets and both early position, and I make the call. The early position draws 1, so most likely drawing 2 straights or flushes. Turns out to be flush, and we pitch 9-6, drawing to our trip 8s, and the button also draw 2. After the hand, we realized that he capped ace-10 for overpair and a gutter. We break our draw. Early position made his flush, but decides to check. We also check. Button makes aces up.
It's like hundreds of thousands.
And fires out a bet, both early position, and I decide to call. River is a board pairing jack, so for the board we only have pair 9s, which is certainly no good. Early position and I both check to the button.
Aces and tens.
And he checks back. We show our trip eights, hoping to win half.
Wait, you just stay
But
with
turns
Wynn,
out
right?
that the early position made his
He's got it
flush.
on the board. He's got it.
So this is a fairly unfortunate hand for us. Although trip eights versus or just trips versus a one card flush draw and overpair doesn't have that high as equity as one may think. So we get scooped in this hand of Drama Hawk onto the next.